Alright, guys, they said it would never happen, but the DLSU Lady Spikers actually won a set today. Doom and gloom na lahat after that NU game. Welcome
Not
to the Clipper
one,
Podcast.
not two.
Not two.
But three. But three.
Respect.
Yeah. Welcome to the Clipper Podcast, and today we'll be recapping LaSalle's straight sets wins over the Adamson Falcons. Welcome. Thanks for listening. I'm Kiko, joined today by Vic. Say hello.
Hello, everybody.
And Brian.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, guys. Straight sets wins by LaSalle, the Lady Spikers, 25-21, 26-24, and 25-20. Vic, you know what? Coming from a very tough loss like against NU, na doom and gloom lahat. There were people saying maybe we're not ready for the contender status. Baka mag-miss pa tayo ng Final Four. And we have a week for that to simmer in, diba? That's how the sports cycle goes. The narratives, it builds up. Hindi makabawi ka agad, no Wednesday game. Here we are Saturday finally, and the Sun shows. Do you think was there pressure on the team to perform earlier and show what they're really made of?
Oo. Kasi parang hindi ko alam kailan tayo huli nag 0-2 eh. Hindi ko rin.
Nangyari na ba yun? I don't think it happened. I'm not even sure.
Honestly, hindi ko alam. Itatanong natin kay Tito Jerry kung nangyari na yan sa atin ever. Pero
kahit
ako
0-2
parang
sets, bihira yun eh. So ano pa yung win-loss, di ba?
so hindi ko alam eh. So I mean sa akin from a fan perspective, parang may parang pressure na rin to perform kasi hindi naman pwedeng we lose back to back matches, and then I think for Adamson it's well known na si Anthony Tura yung gagawa, parang one man wrecking crew if ever, 'di ba? So parang we should be able to handle her. Parang it's a winnable game on paper kasi nga alam mo naman kung sino yung kailangan mong bantayan, and we are also a taller team than them. So at least alam mong makaka-match. I mean, makaka-match or better kasi nga mas matangkad, mas may, I would like to consider na mas may talent tayo on paper.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a winnable match, and I'm just happy that we were able to eke out that 3-0 na panalo kanina.
Yeah. So Brian, coming from that NU game where we really struggled to find, diba, our attack, our combinations. Looking at this game, what did you like most from this performance of the Lady Spikers?
I guess mas may composure now. We can say that comparing them against the NU team, lalabas na mas may composure yung NU team kasi nga champion team and chemistry is there compared to our team. Pero itong Adamson team na to in a lower tier, I would dare to say, parang tayo yung tinitingala nung Adamson team na to in terms of entering the game, and they showed that they were not afraid of us, pero parang I think what the lady showed is that they still played for LaSalle, as in ramdam mo na nandun pa din yung character when the times got tough in few moments in that game. It showed na there was that poise, and maybe venue wise it also helped na sa Phil Oil ginawa. Parang at least the lights are not that bright compared to Araneta or MOA. And parang when I saw the crowd sa TV kanina, it almost, we can say, parang LaSalle dominated yung ingay at least. So parang I guess that also helped, parang morale boost of the players that marami nagtitiwala sa kanila and they repaid the faith shown to them.
Looking at the schedule, right, we saw NU Adamson play UST next on Wednesday. That NU game wasn't really not a really good barometer seeing. So they're a step above everyone else. I think it's really looking to this FEU game, this Adamson game, the UST game. Those are the games we'll know where we stand among the contenders this season.
Actually, may isa pang naglalaro eh. May isa pang nakikisali. We have to look at UP actually.
So is it UP's year? That's one of the questions. The UP's year to finally break into that.
Host kasi, so maybe.
Yeah, it's really so. Let's see how if they can play that dark horse role for them this season. Now looking towards the game, Vic, one of the biggest coming from the NU game was really the state of our attack. Diba? We had Laput last game step up. Angel had a quiet game. There's the attack of the quiet had a quiet game. Everyone stepped up in this game against Adamson. What did you make of that performance?
Ako yun, I think I've been mentioning this to you guys na ako personally we need three hitters to click every game para we can really have a good chance to win. And kanina happy ako na yung tatlong hitters natin finally nag-click, si Aliyah, si Shivana, and si Angel. Ayun, I mean when those three are clicking, personally it's impossible for us to lose if those three are clicking. Kaya yun, sobrang happy ako na finally nagkaroon tayo ng game na yung tatlong hitters natin were really clicking, not just on all cylinders, no, but they provided yung mga crucial points that we need when Adamson was there trying to keep in step and keep in close to us throughout the match kasi first set, second set, it was really a close match until that second set heartbreaker for Adamson really zapped the energy out of them pagdating na ng third set. Alam mong they got demoralized and Coach JP had to urge them on. I think Coach JP's first time out ng third set, he was trying to egg his team na, hey,
Yes.
start it over, hindi pa tapos. You already look like lost the match. Parang ganun siya eh.
This Adamson team rin, no, Vic, baka mentally they're not there yet. It's hard ba? They were upset point second set. Nitura committed an error. We come back to win 26-24. We steal that set from them. Para ka, that mental part is still a question mark in this Adamson team, no? Seeing what we saw in the third set earlier.
Against us in particular, because against Ateneo sila yung mas mentally tough eh. Diba? I mean kasi they were trailing two sets to none against Ateneo, and then quote unquote reverse sweep sila, diba? In winning 3-2 last week and nung last weekend. So I think against Ateneo, they have that mental toughness, pero pagkadating sa atin, medyo din sila. Siguro primarily nga because Ateneo is not that tall of a team also compared to us kanina. Yung medyo madami ding attack errors si Adamson kanina, primarily because medyo naiilang din sila with our blockers. So yun, so medyo sabi nga ni Brian, mukhang hindi pa sila nakapag-enroll kay Jonah Perdido. School of
the block.
School of the block. Yung off the block. Yung off the block lang ni Jonah Perdido eh. So kaya yun yung nila kaya
Repatalsik lang. Yeah, 0 blocks for Adamson earlier.
Yes,
0 blocks.
Grabe. Wala talaga. Wala.
Diba?
I mean, so
makagawa ng Lego. That
shows kung ano yung natin kayo na how we played the match then kanina.
Okay. Brian, one of the biggest, even going back from last season, going to the first season in NU, the biggest question is setting. That's what the fans are saying. Let's just say we couldn't get our attacks going because the setting wasn't there. Today, with Nicole Reyes, I saw combinations, good combination attack, good variety, setting up her teammates, even having some good drops, timing her drops earlier. Is there a sign of promise there that say maybe this might be the answer to our setting problems?
If nakikita naman na long term, we can persevere with her kasi diba? If you look at the matchup kanina, yung sa Adamson na setter is also a rookie, although I guess masasa yung rookie ng Adamson, you could say, before entering the game because may experience siya sa UAP high school volleyball. But Nicole held her own, even scored a drop point, a quick, diba? So she can gain confidence, and once she has enough confidence to execute her job, ang enviable nga nung job niya compared to other setters in the league. Kasi ang daming potent options eh. Isipin mo kanino, Laput Malaluan, and then si Soreño di pa naglalaro, si Jill Santos di pa naglalaro, and even si Returta who was showing promise nung preseason, hindi pa rin siya naglalaro. So even beyond those three, kapag may hinugot sa bench, there's firepower there that pwede mo i-feed. Kumbaga, other teams might not have that wealth of riches sa attack. And sa kanya, siguro it's going to be a confidence and familiarity issue throughout the season. We have to persevere with her at least, and then she grows into the role, and then she knows the pressure naman already because obviously with the lineage, diba? So let's trust, and hindi lang din naman siya yung options, like Juliana is there, Ella Agas is also there. So yeah, siguro good problem siya at least at this stage of the season naman. The setting earlier was good kasi nga may variety and may confidence na din siya sa laro niya. Maybe let's hope the UST game would be an interesting preview kasi 'di ba nung preseason,
we will see
that's where she shined when
correct.
When she stepped up against UST, diba, and we beat UST.
Semis yata to.
Yes, in semis.
Parang people were saying, we have a gem here. Parang ganun. Yeah, UAP, diba? That's the ultimate test for everyone. Not preseason.
Then maybe Vic, you can go into more detail. Why, when people talk about diba, our setting issues, even though we're talented in other positions, why is setting so crucial for a Coach Ramil's system?
I think ang pinaka-takeaway ko rito yung na-mention ni Mika Esperanza when she guested for us, 'di ba? Parang in Coach Ramil's system, walang pangit na first ball eh. So, kahit pangit yung receive, kailangan yung setter gagawa ka ng paraan para mabigyan mo ng magandang atake yung mga hitters mo or even your middle blockers, 'di ba? So it's that really crucial sa system ni Coach Ramil kasi yun nga ang rule nila is walang bad na first ball. Lahat ng first ball diyan, lahat dapat mako-convert mo yan into good opportunity, good scoring opportunities for your teammates. And as seen kanina, ang ganda ng balance ng scoring ng hitters natin with Aliyah top scoring 16 and then Angel with 15 and then Shavana with 10. Pero I think sa spikes, as far as spikes are concerned, 14 points to Angel and then I think 13 points kay Aliyah. So andun yung balance kay na she was able to involve all possible sources of points for us. And yun nga, it's very, very crucial kasi you need to get everybody going eh. Hindi pwedeng isang tao lang yung iinitin mo sa isang match eh.
Yeah. That's what happened against NU in the first game, diba? They let Laput score. They covered everyone else.
Yep.
And our attack was blunt at that point.
Mm-mm.
Brian, looking at the stats now also as well, one of the biggest concerns and maybe one takeaway from the game that of a win like this is we also had 20 plus errors during the game earlier.
Yeah.
Cause of concern for you there?
Yeah, we can say na if we're gonna nitpick, it's always the errors kasi if yung timing din minsan ng errors can be problematic. Let's say, nung set point ng Adamson tapos doon nagka-error, edi sa kanila yung set. And then that changes the complexion of the game. That brings the game into a 1-1 dynamic na mag-aalanganin ka, and at the same time magkakaroon ng kumpiyansa yung Adamson team. So, ang random kasi nung occurrences ng diba? Ng errors. So, for me, it is a concern na marami siya. I mean, I'm not gonna say na hindi naman ganun kalaki yung difference kasi marami din errors Adamson which we benefited from.
Yeah.
But against better teams or against sharper teams, parang ang hirap maulit yung ganyan eh. For example, if we did the same to NU, diba? The score would have been uglier.
Baka 2 sets tapos na yung laro. 2 sets na tapos.
Forfeit.
Di na
Uwi,
tinapos.
sa Razon na. Punta na sa Razon yung team.
Sa Razon.
Doon na kami magta-third set, virtual. Hindi pong ganun. I think ang pinaka pet peeve ng coaching staff as known to many yung service errors, pero meron din yung mga attack inefficiencies for us, diba? Whenever pag nagmi-miss, okay lang naman kung matalas talaga tapos hindi lang nagkataon, pero may mga questionable choices din na I guess na kita na si Coach Ramil na makakapagsabi nun kesa sa atin. Like, if he's not okay with the, parang may isang attack si Angel kanina na he was irate, no? Or hindi man totally irate. It's more of, he remonstrated to Angel. Parang sinabi niya, parang bakit kailangan mo pa gano'n, something like that. And you were not expert lip readers.
Kasi he was, I think, he was pointing into particular zone. Na
hindi pinuntahan ni Angel.
Target. Yes, and then I think naging attack error yun na cross court yata si Angel tas out siya. So instead
kaya
of
nga.
parang
tama. Kaya yun.
Yeah, it was I think it's something it's something that to watch out for. It's something that given an Adamson team na lacking in talent, diba? That you commit these kinds of errors, you can get away with it. But when it comes to those bigger, stronger teams, the FEUs, the USTs, that's something we really can't manage. Guys, now looking towards individual performances. Interesting. Despite this, Angel Canino was named player of the game. Personally, I thought, and I think we all think it was Manaluan, really, who earned player of the game honors. So I guess for today's Blue Fire, LPG's hot take of the game, guys. And Vic brought up this great point earlier, and he discussed now does Manaluan become the barometer of our season, saying if she plays well, LaSalle is in a more likely position to win? Is she that barometer for us this season? As the third player you want to step up, we have Laput, we have Canino. Is she that third player? Vic, thoughts on that one?
Sige, bago ako dun magpunta, I think I'd like to touch, siguro I think si Angel yung naging POG kanina dahil yes. I think baka dahil sa digs. Kasi para mas marami yata siyang digs compared kay Aliyah kanina. So I think yun yung naging siguro nila, deciding factor why picking Angel over Aliyah. Although for me, Aliyah delivered yung mga crucial points kanina.
Points,
so kaya ako when the match was over, ang hula ko si Aliyah and POG. But anyway, that's besides the point. Ang importante, panalo tayo. But to answer that question, ako yes. Kasi we know what to get from Angel and Shevana. And parang kanina na si Aliyah nag-deliver din on attacks. We all know Aliyah can play good defense, but I think ang kailangan niya kailangan talaga madagdag is yung atake niya sa harap pag merong chance. Yes, pag may chances na pag may chance na nabibigay sa kanya yung bola, she should really contribute din, 'di ba? Kasi malaking bagay talaga ang hirap pag dalawa lang, although yun nga, another point, siguro pwedeng point of argument, wala si Jean, wala din si Jillian, di ba? So parang hindi pa tayo complete. So yun yung nila. So that's another. But given with who's playing for us now, it's really important to have Angel, Shevana, and Aliyah to really be consistent every game and deliver. Kasi it makes us unpredictable on offense, and yun, parang kanina lang hindi puwersado yung isa to deliver kasi alam mong may maaasahan kang ibang players that can really step up.
May variety yung
yes.
May variety yung combinations mo kanina with those three options.
Yep. Correct eh. So yun, mas mas less pressure for you to deliver in a way kasi alam mong kailangan mo lang ilaro yung normal game mo kasi alam mong maaasahan mo yung ibang teammates mo to perform and deliver as well.
Yep. I think that was a factor. I know Allison like height, but having multiple options in attack led to that 0 blocks because he didn't know coming from si Morgade. So that was one of the biggest factors earlier. How about you, Brian? Is she the barometer for us this season?
As it stands, oo. I think she's shown nung nag-runner-up tayo against NU, nung yung season na limited yung audience. So parang there was expectation na she will recover from, kasi diba nawala rin siya due to injury.
Yeah.
So I guess that impacted her play. Pero what she showed in the Adamson game is a sign of what she can really do eh. And yung consistency na lang yata yung hinahanap sa kanya. Kasi yun nga, she can be that second or third choice of attack for us. She likes to hug the line. Ang halos lahat ng targets niya doon.
Down the line
parang, ang hirap nun i-defend as someone who, I mean, tayo, even if we don't really play volleyball that much, mahirap yun i-defend kasi it's something na yung borderline, yung may uncertainty ka. Ganyan. Mm-hmm. So, for me, if she gains her confidence and her accuracy is spot on, then she has to be that option na talagang magsaset ng tone sa atin. Kasi yun nga, Shavana, Angel, you expect them to have double digits. Outlier na nga yung kay kanino na 7 points against NU. I don't think we would see anything like that against the other teams. Baka kung may mauulit, wag naman sana, pero kung mauulit yun, feel ko NU lang may kaya gumawa nun. So, I think yun, we have to look for other options. And if, let's say, we can afford to have Angel or Shavana have less than 10 points, pero kung meron naman isa or dalawa pang gagana sa offense, maybe we wouldn't mind.
Correct.
All our teams, we always had a successful third player, third option eh. Yung lahat may nag-step up every year. So hopefully if she can be that for us this year, laking bagay yun for our title chances or just to make it back in the finals. Going back to what you said, Brian, Vic, Angel got some criticism from the last game. Could you put that on that her quiet performance really on setting? Because people were saying, di ba, nung national team, nung Alas, okay laro niya. Comes back to LaSalle, she's not as effective. Is it as simple as saying setting? She's not being set up, not putting the right positions for her attacks? Is that an oversimplification of everything?
Sige, ako na mauna. Pwede naman siguro kasi parang she had so far, pang ilang different setter na niya to, if ever. parang every year kasi nung nag-champion.
Alba. Si Alba.
Alba pa.
Diba? Si Mars ang setter nun eh. Si Mars. Tapos nung second year niya, si Julia.
Yeah.
Tama, diba?
And occasionally si Juliana.
Coronel.
Oo.
Magpapalitan.
So, tapos ngayon, si si
Nicole.
Si Nicole na. Diba? So parang every year, iba-iba yung nagsiset sa kanya eh. Walang consistent na nagsiset talaga sa kanya. So it's really challenging kasi kailangan aralin ni Angel kung ano yung sets, 'di ba? Ano yan eh, parang
lahat tong rookie setter pa meron tayo dito.
Every year po, parang every year kailangan niyang aralin kung ano yung best na way ng paano siya bibigyan ng set. So parang ano yan, Kicks, 'di ba? If you recall yung interview, there's a segment kay 'di ba, Thierry Henry kasi parang he likes to complain when he came to Arsenal, 'di ba? Tas until pinag-aralan niya lahat ng taong papasa sa kanya. 'Di ba? For example, okay. si Freddy likes na inline. Si Pires gusto niya 1-2. Si Bergkamp iba din yung type ng pasa. So parang ganun si Angel for the third straight year, parang kailangan niya aralin ulit ano nitong setter niya para kasi ano yan eh, they should help each other eh, 'di ba?
Correct.
They should complement each other. Hindi lang naman yung setter yung mag-aaral sa ano yung gustong palo ng hitters niya. Dapat yung hitters also will study ano ba yung strengths ng setter ko, ng setter ko, saan siya mahina, para at least we can help and complement each other to grow. Ako yun yun yung nakita kong analogy agad eh. Like, yun nga, kay Thierry Henry also studying sino yung mga passer niya.
Going back to that interview kay Thierry nga, it's really, I guess it applies to volleyball and all team sports. It's not just about how you can make yourself better, how you can do the things you like to do, or how can you do those things better? Your strengths, how you can make your strengths stronger. It's about how you can adjust and make your teammates better as well. Diba? She likes it low, she likes it high. It's adjusting to each other, and I think that brings out a better performance for the team. And I guess that's perfectly applicable for volleyball. It's a good point, Vic, on that one. Brian, before we move on to the preview of the USD game, any thoughts on the Angel kanino discussion?
Yeah, tama nga, now that we realize it's just 3 different setters, maybe 4. I mean, Juliana is there as well. So, maganda na hindi lang siya yung mag-adapt ng ganong mindset. Siguro, maybe other players then, because it's a collective effort, and yun nga, if off day siya or off day si Shavana, it's good to really have multiple persons ready.
And hindi comparable yung sa alas naman iba setter niya kasi syempre it's a different thing
kung
experience setter ka.
Iba rin yung kalaban. Iba rin yung kalaban mo dun. Iba rin yung dynamics niya.
So it's not something na iba yung setter niya. It's iba yung
iba-iba ang quality ng pati iba-iba ang quality ng setter. Wala namang setter na para sa akin from an outsider na hindi naman expert talaga sa volleyball. Parang by watching different games, iba-iba din talaga yung ng setters eh. Iba-iba yung
styles,
unique.
traits.
They are unique in each and every single way na ang hirap i-compare lagi na dapat yung setter na bakit kay setter na ganyan? Bakit kay setter na ganito? Parang it's really magkakaiba.
It's qualities and it's chemistry too eh. That also comes into play.
Yeah.
Quality in the setters and the attackers. So hopefully that's something we can build throughout the season. If our setting can click, then our attack will follow. Hopefully that we'll see that. Guys, before we move on to the USC preview, I'd like to thank our podcast sponsors. First, Blue Fire LPG, the only blue that's right for you. For all your business, canteen, cafeteria needs, contact Blue Fire LPG on social media. And of course, Sabi Skincare for younger, rejuvenated skin. If it's good enough for Angel kanino, Sabi Skincare is good enough for you too, diba? Player of the game. Diba? All right. And of course, guys, we're almost there. If you subscribe, you have a chance to win a watch from Ibarra Manila, a Trofeo Green watch. We'll be raffling that off once we hit 1,000 subscribers. So subscribe to our YouTube channel right now. Also check out their Ibarra Trofeo white watch. Sleek, really nice. It's a great look. Check that out with Ibarra Manila. Okay, guys, going now. UST. Past years, even when you're tower for a game in UAP volleyball, can we say UST has always given us problems, diba? Tama ba sabihin Vic Contrapelo sila ng Lady Spikers? So,
yep.
Is that the right term for it?
Tumpak.
Diba? What is it about UST that we have such a hard time in their matches against them?
So, tingin ko match up din eh. Parang rin siguro, hindi ko masabi, same type of personnel or alam lang talaga din kung paano tayo lalaruin. Probably they have the materials to match up well with us. Yan lang lang naman dun eh. Yan lang yung possible factors na naiisip ko rin dyan eh. So, it's really
is it psychological na rin?
Talaga.
Alam mo ng team na
hindi naman I don't
it's purely matchups.
Oo eh, parang how that team was built. Parang yun yung dun eh, parang they are always built to beat LaSalle. I'm not sure if the key, kasi parang dapat barometer mo ngayon. Built a team that can beat kung sino man yung defending champion eh. Yun yung mo dapat eh. Yun yung mindset mo dapat eh. Kaya lang nagkakataon lang talaga siguro na yung team nila built to match up sa atin eh.
I think baka yung UST program 4 years behind in development kasi nung 4 years ago built to beat LaSalle kasi tayo pa yung malakas noon eh. So baka yung
Pwede.
So mag-adjust pa yan. That's NU.
Oo, pwede.
Tapos problema, mahina na yung NU nun. So baka ibang
Oo.
program na dapat.
Oo.
Kahit di naman tayo yung NU rin eh. Ganun.
Kasi naka-program pa sa kanila tayo.
Yeah.
Naka-program.
Yeah.
Oo.
Ang interesting nga niyan eh, kasi naalala ko last year, di ba nung nalaglag tayo against UST sa finals, and then UST celebrated kasi obviously first time back in the finals since nung time na Rondina. I
Yes,
felt like
correct.
they had faith that they can match up against NU and beat NU in the finals at that time. And then parang tingin nila dahil natalo na nila Lasal, yun na yun. Kaya parang maybe that's what they really attempted to from the start of the season. If we beat Lasal, we're through, parang ganun. Pero apparently not.
May NU done. Oo. I think Brian, and coming to this game, I think we're on a similar level, or paths, I guess, similar stories in terms of UST, diba? Both come in 1-1. They lost to FEU, another Final Four contender. Won against UE before our game. We lost to the defending champions, NU. Bounced back versus Adamson. Both 1-1. I think we're both looking at this game as a measuring stick. That where we are against each other. Are we that number 2, that number 3, that number 4? Where we are, we can't in our case we can't use NU as a barometer, diba? Medyo they're still about everyone
now,
else. At least for now. But I think this is the UC will know. What is this Lasal team really made of? What can you say about that?
Yeah, it's really an interesting game. Too interesting that they made it a Wednesday game schedule.
Diba?
Yeah. Baclaran Day. Something like that.
Dahil naka-sick leave. Sa Wednesday.
Parang iniisip ko it's a good day to see each other for both Lasal and UST. We know that UST, they lost a couple of key players who particularly do well against Lasal. Sina Perdido at Gula.
To injury, unfortunately.
But then when I check them out, because to be frank, kanina ko lang sila napanood kasi hindi ko sila napanood nung Sabado. Meron pa din silang attacking options naman eh. Hindi naman pwede sabihin dahil lang nawala si Perdido or nawala si Gula, kaya na dapat yung UST. So, Lasal POV. Like, they have Unekwe, who's a Nigerian. Blessing Unekwe, who's capable of doing damage pag nagkaroon siya ng form because she has height and she's quite agile for her height as well. Then si Poyos, obviously.
Best first name in UAP. The UAP
Blessing.
today. Si Blessing.
Ano yan? Alam ko, merong second name yan, bro. May second name yan.
Ano yung second name? Di ko alam.
Blessed Sam.
So, parang going back yung UST, they would really see this as a must-win game. Well, obviously, Lasal will too. Parang for us, this is the game you cannot lose. But paano ba natin to sasabihin? Kasi diba no preview, sabi natin, kung matatalo sa UST, okay lang, basta sa first round. But the way the season unfolded, parang we cannot lose to them poorly. Siguro ganun na lang. Kasi let's say, at the end of the day,
it has to be a close match.
Yeah, one team would lose between us two. Pero yun nga, may time ka pa to adjust. But if it looks really horrible to each other, para kunwari, if we made UST look horrible or they make us look horrible, that's gonna raise a lot of questions to the losing team. Parang ganun. Or is that gonna elevate the winning team na baka magsasabi yung mga tao na, oh, maybe you're the number 2 team after NU. Like the distant second kapag ganun yung situation.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. So, yeah.
It's gonna be like, okay, baka kayo yung 4, and whoever wins will be FEU and maybe you guys for that number 2.
Yeah,
I think that's how the conversation will go this game.
I would say though that parang like the NU assessment, and we will say this either win or lose, syempre, na parang ang aga pa din, kasi diba nga, how you do now against each other is not really going to be a summary of how you will be in the season. Like, it will be influential where you head into the standings, tipong ganon. Pero hindi siya influential enough to say na kung nag 1 and 2 ka dito because you lost your opponent in this game, parang doomed ka na this season. I think both programs still prove na they have enough people and enough coaches that can guide them to at least a top 4 finish, diba? So, yun lang yung gusto ko i-stress. Parang too early. Again, I want to say that phrase. Too early to indicate that dahil natalo na natin UST dito or matalo tayo sa UST, ito na yung direction ng season. But the trajectory can still change either way.
Yeah. Vic, keys to victory for LaSalle and prediction for the match.
Same thing pa rin. Dapat mag-contribute yung tatlong hitters natin. Dapat deliver. Yun yung sa akin. Yun yung crucial part. And hope we can get more scoring sa blocks.
Yes.
Sobrang
middle
important
step up, I think
for me.
Yeah, for middle step up, Vic, I think good point yun. If the middle step up, I think we'll be in good position to beat
Correct.
USD for this game.
Kasi lang siya if ever na dalawang hitters lang talaga, it's important for the middles to deliver points sa blocking. So yun yung kasi yun yung papang compensate mo dun sa isang ipapang offset mo dun if one out of the three hitters will not play a good game.
Brian, you keys to the game and prediction.
The game is to really minimize the errors for me, because I think if we commit so many errors against this UST team, we're doomed. People will say actually that they will say di tayo tinalo ng UST, more of tinalo natin sarili natin sa harap ng UST if that happens again. We've had games before na ganun yung vibe na we give away 8 to 10 points per set to them. And for a team that has enough talent to punish you pagka ganun yung nakukuha nilang free points, delikado yun. As Adamson learned kanina, kasi they also had a set na ganun yung nangyari. So, yeah, clean game. I think, siguro, I would prefer na kung yung errors coming from attacking errors na lang rather than service errors.
Unforced errors.
Service errors, or meron yung isa kanina, we hate to single out Nicole, but we have to mention it. Yung service clock violation, like that in itself,
very avoidable yan.
Yeah, exactly. So parang yan yung equivalent ng stepping sa free throw sa basketball. So parang basics. Like, you can't.
We were joking last year, if men's basketball had their free throws, women's volleyball had their service errors, diba? Yun yung natin. Very avoidable.
Game tayo na less than 10 service errors in total. Okay na yan. Parang happy na tayo. Sweet in one set lang.
10-point swing, di ba? Service errors lang. Grabe.
Sobrang momentum killer talaga ng service errors.
Diba? So hopefully we showed it in the Shakey's B League. We've beat US there. Hopefully we can crack the code so that we get off this contrapelo in the UAP with UST. So hopefully let's get a good game on Wednesday, which we'll be covering. So tune in Thursday morning for our recap of that UST game. Hopefully we'll be covering another LaSalle win over there. So now 1-1. Great bounce back win by the Lady Spikers. Thank you, everyone, for listening to today's episode. Let us know your thoughts. What did you like about today's game? Do you think the setting improved? How do you like our attack? Who do you think we need to step up? And what are our thoughts on the UST game? What can we do to get over the hump against the Tigers in the UAP? All right, guys, that's it for today's episode. Also, congratulations to our men's volleyball team as well. Straight sets win. Diba? Dire-diretso tayo today. So,
ito sure tayo si Campton yung POG dyan, no, Vic? Sure.
Ayan. No
doubt. Sure yun. Grabe. Pag hindi si Campton yung best player,
Ewan ko na lang.
Kasi, siya na nagre-receive, siya pa yung pumapalo. Diba? Saan ka pa?
When we talk about one man, we can't rely on one-man teams.
one man wrecking crew si Noel kanina di ba? He absolutely delivered. Grabe yung taong.
Hopefully you can have a rule change na pwede ka mag-receive o mag-set siya mag-block. Siya na rin mag-spike. Baka pwede yan I think kaya na yan for that rule change second round
May may sequence talaga kanina. Hindi ko alam kung anong set yun. Basta siya nag-receive, siya pumalo. Tapos next play, nakakuha siya ng point of the block naman, 'di ba? So parang lahat ng trabaho na gawa niya
parang mine. Mine.
Akin yan. Akin to.
Mine.
Akin to lahat.
Mine.
Diba? Parang ganun siya kanina eh.
Kunin na, siya na rin nag-review ng mga challenge kanina eh. Kunin na.
Oo.
Lahat na lang.
Hindi, ako
Ako na
yung
mag-review.
Alam kong in yan. O, diba?
Ako na mag-refill ng tubig at yung Gatorade. Ako na yan. Oh, lahat na.
Grabe.
Alright. So hopefully good game for the men's volleyball team. Hopefully continues. Let's see you come on Wednesday against a tough matchup against UST. So Vic, Brian, thank you for joining us today. Hopefully everyone enjoys the game on Wednesday. See you there. And as we always say, guys,
Animal
Asal.
Asal.